Hello guys, this is Monday's video for Wednesday. I might as well just say that Wednesday is the new Monday because the last few weeks that seems to be when I'm getting around to actually doing my video. Anyway, there's a lot been happening this week. I'm going to actually post this on my normal channel and the collab channel because I kept on meaning to do an update for my normal channel and I hardly ever get around, and I keep on not getting around to it because I barely have time to make one video a week, obviously, or I would be making them every Monday, like I'm supposed to. So for those of you on my normal channel that want to see my other videos, go to we are, and then Freedom Fighters. That's the collab channel. So, okay, that said, here's what I have done this week, and I'm going to tell you because this is relevant to what I'm going to talk about today. This week, I attempted my first 100-mile run on Friday and Saturday, the Bear 100. I was not successful in completing the race. I had some issues. I ended up dropping at mile 45. This was a real bummer for me because this is the second race that I've had in a row. I ran a race August 1st, and it was a 100K, made it 38 miles, and I've done several 50-mile races, but I've just started doing a lot more difficult terrain races that, like the Bear Rid 100, gains and loses 21,000 feet elevation. So I'm learning, and I'm pretty confident that by next year, I'm going to do it again next year, that I will be successful, barring anything I can't manage, because I'm learning a lot about training for high mountain runs. This time I did really great on my hydration. My last one, hydration was the issue. This time it wasn't hydration. But anyway, so I had that going on, and it was a gorgeous run. I mean, though I didn't make it all the way, running it Friday with all the fall colors between Utah and Idaho. It starts in Utah, ends in Idaho. It was just like, full of fall leaves and colors. So I did that run, and then I came home sometime on Saturday night, because I ended up going to the end of the race to watch the last racers come in. Sunday, stayed home, kind of recovered. Was supposed to be working on papers because I had 4 papers due this week. So Monday and Tuesday, doing papers. I discovered something in doing papers. You see, in my undergrad program, I was a perfectionist in every aspect of school. Okay, so this is just through the summer. I just graduated this summer and got into a graduate program. I was anal about my writing, about reading, everything. I got straight A's. Upon returning to school to finish my last 2 years of a bachelor's program, I have 2 B's in the whole 2 years in organic chemistry. Everything else, straight A's across the board. And I probably would have freaked out with anything other than those 2 classes with anything less than an A. Run this Saturday, and those last 2 races, I've completed every single race that I have started, except for these last 2. Wasn't able to complete them. That was really difficult for me. So, I don't know if you see where I'm going with this, but what I'm talking today about is perfectionism and failures. And I've really been struggling with this because here's the thing. You get to grad school, you look at the syllabus, and all of them, you're thinking, hey, this isn't too bad. I mean, there is no test, and it's all writing, and they all look like short papers, and they are short papers. But short papers can be deceiving. Short papers can take more time than long papers. That's what I decided. So we have so much reading, so many papers to write. We're working at practicum sites. I'm in a social work program, so 15 to 20 hours a week doing that, and that's in between spending 3 hours in each class. I have 4 classes, so I'm spending every week 12 hours in class, 15 to 20 hours in my practicum site. I have a family. Running is essential. Boxing is essential because it just keeps me sane, and so spending time with my family. So with all those essential things, and that comes down about, to a 30-hour week with school, and then you have reading and studying and writing on top of that. So I'm a perfectionist. The first week of school, I kept up on my readings. Second week, I kept up on about half of them. This last week, I did not get one of the readings done. 0, zip. Okay? It was enough just to get my papers done. But guess what? Nobody else in the class did either. They were all doing the same thing I was. Didn't finish my races, so I'm feeling like a complete failure. And here's the thing. I had a 2-page paper that I spent 6 to 7 hours on yesterday because I was analyzing every single word and articulating everything. And we're talking professors grading this that expect graduate level work, that have PhDs, that have been to prestigious universities, and they expect good work. So the time spent writing is enormous. And where in my undergrad program I could reasonably tell you that I'm pretty sure I'll get straight A's, with this program, I really have no idea. I've not gotten any feedback. This is every class had papers due the same week, but I haven't had a lot of feedback from the teachers yet because we just turned them in. So I have no idea what they're going to expect in thought analysis and writing, and I think I turned in good papers, but I don't know what they're thinking, and I don't know what grade I'm going to get. So that's a difficult thing for me to adjust to, is perfectionism. This is an issue that a lot of people with eating disorders have, is this black and white thinking, and it's very difficult for it to go away. Most of us, look, we're really driven people. We like to accomplish things, a lot of us. A lot of people that are very devoted to their companies or schoolwork or whatever it is that they do very, very well because they expect perfection out of themselves. So what I'm learning, and I'm still learning it, is that it's not possible to be perfect in everything. I'm walking around feeling like everything's half done because I'm doing my best to do all the things I'm supposed to do, but there's simply not enough time to do it. There's no possible way to be perfect at all of it. And so that's a lesson I'm having to learn, and that's and it's really an important life lesson because really life isn't perfect, and so we have to sometimes be okay with just an A instead of an A plus, or even a C instead of an A. It it happens. So in recovery, you also have to make sure that you are not expecting perfection with recovery, because as you recover, you're going to learn. Every time you don't finish recovery, or you relapse, or you get a freaking F that day for recovery, well, guess what? You learn something. You got to learn something from that. What lesson did you learn? And keep on going. But recovery is not a perfect process. If it was a perfect process, then, really, what would you gain from, if you could just flip that switch and say, okay, I'm going to just turn off my eating disorder. First of all, that'd be nice, but it doesn't work that way. You can't flip that switch that easily, especially if you've had an eating disorder for any length of time. And so it's a difficult road. It's a difficult process. The sooner you get help, if you've had your eating disorder for less than 5 years and you're getting help, you're at an advantage, but it's still going to be difficult. If you've had a long-term eating disorder, it can be even more difficult because you are tied to the identity of the eating disorder, and it's an emotional attachment. As an older individual, a lot of times it becomes about the emotion and not about the body image. and not necessarily about the weight loss. So I would encourage you in recovery to remember that and allow yourself to not be perfect. Allow yourself to have F days and be okay with it and get up the next day and figure out how to improve it. My next race is going to be great because I'm already thinking about what did I learn from this race that I just did. So there you go. I hope you have a nice day.